our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
The views and opinions of the producers, hosts, and guests in the show do not directly reflect the official stand and policies of the management, the network, and the company. The program that features, highlight, and connect, creating and harnessing linkages for you and your company for your new content, communication, and conversion. Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, hosted by the business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas and millennial ASEAN advocate Colin Lalyaban, and direct selling sensei Jojo Baraquias, and reliable DSAP administrator Niet De Leon. Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, growing exponentially.
Good afternoon, Business Philippines, and welcome to the 22nd season of Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, the Philippines' most formidable business community, events organizer, and digital media producer all in one program. So this season, we will explore the power of networks and communities to push for business development and sustainability. So I am Colleen Laliaban, and I will be your anchor for today. Yeah, and so I would also like to call on my co-host, Sir Jojo Baraquias.
Good more earnings.
All right.
Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network.
Yes.
Hello and a pleasant afternoon to everyone. In the newest season of Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, our viewers can expect exposure to industry-leading brands and rising youth-led startups. We are creating a holistic community that can foster mutual business relationships and empower brands as we venture into new horizons.
Yes, Sir Jojo. No, that's right. We are streaming live through Facebook with Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, Talk.Shop.Asia Retail Industries Group, and our program partners, Direct Selling Association of the Philippines, and of course, ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines Facebook page. So we would be glad to hear from all of you through the comments page of our live stream. Just leave your questions or comments there, and we will make sure to get your insights across throughout the show. All right. So, Sir Jojo, no, true to Talk.Shop.Asia tradition, we are sharing our platform to empowering Filipino businesses as we delve into the collective mindset. So we have an extraordinary roster of guests with us today as we feature not just one, but two communities with a passion for one-stop shops and mutual benefits. Ayan. Sir Jojo?
Okay, and of course, for our brand feature, we have one of the authentic Thai restaurants in Manila, Mango Tree, to give us a regular Friday afternoon treat.
Yes. Excited now for this, Sir Jojo. No, and we also have Sir Eric Teng of Restaurant Owners of the Philippines, a breakthrough organization of restaurants bravely serving the Filipino people even during the pandemic. And of course, Gerald Santa Ana and Miss Cassie Lopez, a couple with an exceptional passion for our furry friends. So with an emerging brand for a one-stop shop for pet needs. Yes. So we are going to have another jam-packed Friday afternoon, so please stay tuned. All that and more when Talk Shop Asia Power Network returns.
Empower your mind. Be informed. Dahil lamang ang may alam. Knowing the latest trends and issues in the society. Feed your mind with information that are reliable, fresh, and straight from the experts. Be involved. Here in the conversations with Chester Kidlat, broadcasting live in big media. This is The Conversations.
Welcome to Pride and Proud Asia, Asia's first online radio show that champions LGBT contribution and leadership in business and in our country and the region. Hosted by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce, visibility, representation, and empowerment. This is Pride and Proud Asia. Happy Pride!
Updated products and usage, value for customer and consumer, power in business and ally. All these in one bedrock of information. Only here on Talk Shop Asia Business Feature of the Week.
All right, get the best deals online with Big Benta. So get the best deals while supporting local with their company. Download Big Benta app in your Android and Apple devices to get your latest gadgets, electronics, and home essentials. And of course, we would like to greet our partners from the ASEAN Youth Organization Philippines as well as the Direct Selling Association of the Philippines. May your advocacies continue to inspire. Of course, I would also like to call on our screen, call on the screen today our co-host for our brand feature segment today, Sir Jojo Barafia.
Yeah, this week we are officially welcoming you to the first segment of Talk.Shop.Asia Power Network, dedicated to highlighting up and coming direct selling and retail business leaders with our partner enterprises and organizations. We are glad to have on the program one of the newest partners of Talk.Shop.Asia business communities, the Direct Selling Association of the Philippines.
Yes, and of course, no, I definitely agree, Sir Jojo, and we also want to welcome one of the most formidable restaurants in the Philippines. No, so we also have Sir Eric Teng of Mango Tree with us this afternoon. All right, so let's have him with us on the screen. All right. Good afternoon, Sir Eric. Nice to see you. All right. So let's dive right into our question and answer portion to our interview. No, so we get to know more about what Mango Tree is. So, Sir Eric, no, what was the inspiration behind Mango Tree? How did the restaurant start?
Well, the Mango Tree is actually from Thailand. We are the Philippine franchisee for Mango Tree. But the story of Mango Tree started in 1994. There was this house in the Patpong district, and they created the restaurant there. And there's this huge mango tree in front. They just called it Mango Tree. I wish I have a more interesting story than that, but there it is. If there was a
Yes.
guava tree, they'll call it guava tree. And then we opened in Manila around 2010, and we wanted really an authentic Thai restaurant for the Philippines. My mother is actually from Thailand, and we actually before to look for Thai food that we have at home. So we said we wanted to create a Thai restaurant that can mimic actually what we have at home. So there it is.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
great. Yeah, I'm a lover of Thai food. I used to go to
Same.
Thailand for our SAP transformation. Uh,
fantastic food there all the time.
yeah, and it's interesting to know that mango tree name came from a tree in front of a restaurant.
It's
First
yeah,
time I knew about it.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Sir Eric, what are the flagship cuisines and bestsellers of Mango Tree?
Well, typically when everyone go to a Thai restaurant, they order the I would say the top three, which is the tom yum, the pad thai, and the som tam. But what we like to showcase is that there's more to Thai food than that. There's a lot. There's the difference between Northern Thai cuisine and Southern Thai cuisine. There's a difference in spice levels. It might surprise you to know that Thai food really does not have to be spicy. What people normally associate with spicy Thai food is usually what they have in street food, which needs to be spicy because spice is a preservative. But when you try Royal Thai cuisine, it's not necessarily spicy.
Wow. So is it really the spice that is really the characteristic of a Thai food? It's really the good
Yeah,
taste. Yeah. And yeah. So if it's a Thai food, Thai restaurant, and the restaurant Mango Tree is in the Philippines. So being a Thai cuisine is one of the most delicate and spice integrated cuisines in the world. So if I may recall, parang if you like fish sauce, parang the taste is already different. If you use
mhm,
like the dressing, it's a little bit different from the Caesar salads and those Western salads. The Thai salads are parang very light say dressing.
yeah.
So with that, how do you usually source out your raw materials, Sir Eric?
Well, we try to be as authentic as possible. Our sauces are from Mango Tree, Thailand. Even our lime,
Mm.
our peppers, our chili. The only thing we source locally are the things that we can source locally, like chicken, pork, of course, the meats. The rice is also from Thailand. Authenticity kasi ng Thai food, you cannot replicate unless you have the Thai produce. So where we cannot replicate that, where we find it impossible to import the Thai produce or Thai spices, we don't put that in our menu. We don't want to compromise and do shortcuts. We really have to. When you go eat at Mango Tree in the Philippines and you go eat at Mango Tree in Thailand, we don't want you to have a point of difference that you'll notice. We want it to be as Thai as possible.
Actually, that's very remarkable, no, Sir Eric, how authentic you want these cuisines to be, and how authentic you are to the mango tree in Thailand, no, and which is why it's also remarkable that you also source out some ingredients in the Philippines, but you use original spices from Thailand. So I also want to know, no, Sir Eric, among the, of course, there are a plethora of Thai restaurants in the country, and there are a lot of options talaga for Filipinos. But we also want to know, no, what do you think is the competitive edge of Mango Tree versus the other Thai restaurants in the country?
I wouldn't call it a competitive edge. There are many good Thai restaurants in the country. We just try to do our style of Thai food, which is what we have in Thailand. And if our customers agree with us, and they find similarity between the taste in Thailand and what they have at our restaurant, then I would think we have done a good job. But of course, like Filipino food, Filipino cuisine, Filipino restaurants, there can be differences. The nuances is what makes a restaurant interesting. No? We cannot be robotic in producing the same kind of Filipino food, the same way that Thai food is constantly evolving, it constantly changes. And it's actually quite seasonal. No? So in Thailand, in our mango tree in Thailand, it's not supposed to be the same food from one season to the next. It's supposed to have some sort of an evolution in character. So there are many of our colleagues in the Philippines who also have good Thai restaurants. I really want customers to go around and try everything, see what you like. It's not necessarily that we have the best Thai cuisine, but I like to think we have an authentic attempt at Thai cuisine.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, Sir Eric. Now, not just uplifting Mango Tree, but all other Thai restaurants and Thai cuisine in the Philippines, no? So I've also heard about that your brand identity, how you want it to be that authentic Thai experience from inside and out, not just from the cuisine, but from the restaurant, the ambiance itself, no. So with your cuisines and the brand identity as well, sir, no, how do you balance modernity and tradition? How do you expand your lineup of dishes when it comes to evolving the products and making sure it's still authentic and traditional?
It all boils down to, for me, one word, which is respect. You have to respect the traditions. You have to respect the culture of Thailand, but you also have to respect the taste of the Philippines and the preferences of the Filipino. We cannot ignore it. If you ignore, for me, if we ignore it, then we're disrespecting it, and that's not what we want. It's always like a marriage. Every single dish that we create, every experience that we have, it's always a marriage. It's a balance. We cannot have one overpower the other. Um, and I think for the last 10 years, we have somewhat succeeded. I wouldn't say that we have done our best. We can always do better, but we always strive to. We never have a Thai person come to a restaurant and say, "This is not Thai food," or "You disrespecting totally this cuisine or this recipe or this plate." We've never had that experience before, and but we've never told our Filipino or local guests or any other guests from another country at Mango Tree to say that their wishes are ignored, that we don't listen to them. We also listen to what our customers are saying. And of course, no two customers are the same. Even if we both like Thai food, we like a different kind of pad Thai. We like a different kind of spiciness to our pad Thai. So we just have to keep listening.
Yes,
Well,
that's
that's
very
great.
beautiful. Yeah, go ahead, Sir Jojo.
Yeah, that's great, Sir Eric. Um, about the uh, say the respect for tradition, the culture, and then also I'm sure there is some kind of fusion maybe that's happening when you start listening to Filipino customers. If you say uh, less spicy, sometimes we adjust. No? Oh, but well, that's great for the restaurant, no? And for Mango Tree. Sir Eric, with the things happening now, we as we experience the pandemic, how does that impact your operations, and how do you address those challenges?
Well, we've actually seen some experience from other mango trees in other countries. For example, in Mango Tree, Hong Kong, they went through the SARS crisis before, and we took note of what they did. And after the crisis was over, they were much stronger. Same thing that we see for the Philippine restaurant industry, not just for Mango Tree. This crisis, it seems overwhelming, but it is a temporary crisis. We're just going through it as best we can. The restaurant industry as a whole is finding it very difficult to adjust, but we have to adjust, we have to adapt, and we have to adopt new ideas as well, from not just from our other franchisors or franchisees of Mango Tree, but all other restaurant operators. We are friends with so many restaurant operators in the Philippines, multiple cuisines, and we learn a lot from each other. The only thing that I can say about getting through any crisis is that we have to find a way to work together. There's no way we can go through a crisis alone. And by the same token that we need help, we must also be willing to give help. And when we help one another, that's when we find that we have a lot in common. We have an organization called Resto PH, which is the Restaurant Owners of the Philippines. We started as distant competitors. We're now very close friends. That's because we all had that mindset of working together.
Well, that's great, Sir Eric. No, there are a lot of good things happening during the pandemic, and it keeps businesses uh, from competitors to friends to becoming a friendly competition. And it's great to hear that restaurants are helping, and some of the restaurants are willing to help. Well, that's good for the whole restaurant business. So with that, Sir Eric, so what's next for Mango Tree?
Well, we have a few restaurants opening this year. We just opened recently at the Promenade in Green Hills. We're opening at SM North. It's around. We might be delayed now because of the current Delta variant threat. So we might be opening October, and we also have another one in SM Mega Mall opening around October, November. We do still feel hopeful that the situation will normalize, and therefore we are not stopping our growth. We still need to keep opening our stores because we want to keep giving more job opportunities as well. Lalo na po ngayon, we need more jobs for our displaced workers.
Well, I really like the attitude of Resto PH and Mango Tree, and the way you look at the pandemic. You are expanding, and you like to help as many workers to employ them and have a living. And of course, you have to let many Filipinos taste Mango Tree, their Thai food. I really enjoy the food there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely agree, Sir Jojo. No? So, aside from all of these, no, I would also like to thank you, of course, Sir Eric Teng, and the work that you do for Mango Tree and the Filipino people. I mean, making sure that you bring authentic Thai cuisine in the Philippines and making sure that the customers can enjoy it in their own homelands, no, with sustainably sourced local and international produce for your authentic cuisines, and of course for giving back, kumbaga, no, giving back to the Filipino people by giving them jobs, by exploring options even during this stressful condition or situation of the pandemic, no, Sir Eric. So at this point, I would also like to give you the floor, no, to call for engagements. You can invite the viewers to come to your restaurants or to partner with Mango Tree or anything. Who do they contact or do they go to? Yeah, please go ahead.
Oh yeah. Please, if you've never tried Mango Tree or Thai food before, please come visit Mango Tree. We are in BGC, Seventh Avenue. That's our biggest flagship store. We also have the Mango Tree Bistro at Ayala's Trinoma Mall in Quezon City. We have our Mango Tree Cafe at the Ayala Greenbelt Mall in Makati. We just opened our Mango Tree Cafe in Promenade in Green Hills, and we have our Mango Tree Cafe in Ayala, Manila Bay, and our Mango Tree Cafe in SM Baguio. And again, we're opening soon our Mango Tree Cafe in SM North EDSA and in SM Mega Mall. Please check out our Facebook page for Mango Tree Philippines. I'm sure a lot of information will be there for your enjoyment.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Eric, no, and Sir Jojo. Any key takeaways from our brand feature for this Friday afternoon?
Well, I'm a lover of Thai food. So my key takeaway is go try Mango Tree. Oh, and of course, in Mango Tree, uh, the restaurant will listen to you if you have some feedback. And of course, they offer the best food. And just by knowing that the tradition and the culture of Thai food is preserved by the raw materials being imported from Thailand to preserve the real taste. That's what that's what we travel for. Try the food, yeah, try the culture, and then you learn about the country.
Thank you
All
very
right, so
much.
Jojo, no, definitely agree. And of course, no, it's also very remarkable how Mango Tree and the rest of the restaurants, Sir Eric, are staying true to their roots, to their authenticity, and really tapping into that kind of brand identity to be able to survive the pandemic, and also adapting to these major challenges that we have right now is also very important for the people who experience the benefits of Mango Tree. So of course, please, to our viewers, do not forget to try Mango Tree. I think, are you also available, sir, on GrabFood or Food Panda for people who want to deliver
It's
currently?
available by Grab Food. Yes, Grab Food.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So just follow them also on your official social media platforms. And of course, you can also have a taste of Mango Tree in their official restaurant branches across Metro Manila. All right. So we are looking forward to more success for Mango Tree. And of course, thank you so much, Sir Eric, for sharing with us how to progress a business in a time of pandemic and how to balance brand identities with such a modern twist and authentic Thai cuisine. So we will hear more from Sir Eric on our first community mic segment after this quick break. Sir Jojo?
Yeah, Sir Eric, thank you very much for guesting here. And of course, we will be pausing for a quick break. But when we get back, we are featuring rising agricultural brands for our community mic segment. All that when Talk Shop Asia Power Network returns.
Exponential growth, the most viable, trustworthy, and highly effective marketing and sales medium worldwide. A global $180 billion industry. Welcome to the world of direct selling, where we generate earning opportunities, create livelihood, and enable entrepreneurship for people from all walks of life, transforming individuals into businessmen and women and equipping them with the means to go further. Direct selling in the Philippines has been growing steadily over the past 30 years, providing meaningful income to 1 out of every 5 Filipino families. Thousands upon thousands of Filipinos choose to be direct sellers for the numerous benefits they continue to reap despite economic limitations. It has swept even far-flung provinces in the country as it continues to emerge as an alternative to retail stores, malls, and e-commerce platforms, prompting even national recognition as President Duterte signed Proclamation Number 320, declaring the last week of November every year as Direct Selling Week. Standing tall as a beacon towards responsible, ethical, and legitimate direct selling is the Direct Selling Association of the Philippines, DSAP, the official national trade association of direct selling companies in the Philippines. Affiliated with the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations, WFDSA, in Washington, D.C., USA, the DSAP continues to advocate and champion the direct selling industry to its members, stakeholders, and the general public. Since its official inception in 1983, the Direct Selling Association of the Philippines, DSAP, has been responsible for governing and professionalizing the industry of direct selling, promoting its member companies, as well as safeguarding consumers from illegitimate businesses and fraudulent practices. To promote legitimacy in the industry, DSAP is actively working in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, the Academe, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Armed with the Code of Practice and Business Conduct and the 8-point test, the DSAP ensures that only legitimate products and direct selling business opportunities reach consumers. The DSAP thoroughly reviews and evaluates both member and potential member companies and their business ethics, method of merchandise distribution and servicing, compensation plans, and other direct selling practices. By making sure these companies are doing direct selling the right way, the DSAP ensures that your investment is up to par with global standards. Our growing member companies proudly wear their seal of legitimacy, as a Direct Selling Association membership signifies the highest possible standard of business ethics, governed by the Direct Selling Code of Ethics set by the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations. And as the list of member companies continue to grow and flourish, we promote and recognize excellence and compliance through industry awards and special events. The Sales Achiever Award, Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and our Hall of Fame awardees are a testament to values prevalent and embodied in the industry, such as leadership, loyalty, cooperation, and support. The growth of the direct selling industry and its positive impact on the lives of many Filipinos is remarkable and unstoppable. And we at DSAP will continue to adapt, update policies, and pursue advocacies that promote credibility and confidence in direct selling. In doing so, we promote self-employment and financial independence and are one in building a future with individuals, distributors, and a vast network of people able to change their lives for the better and improve the lives of others too. And it's all because we are doing direct selling the right way. To access our directory of company members and more information about direct selling and the 8-point test, visit our website at www.dsap.ph.
Communities are power. They are unique and linked, offering voice, value, and variety. Presenting now our community mic this week.
So we are back for a second time, and this time we shall present the other heart of the show's content, our community mic segment. So our community mic segment for today highlights a restaurant collective which serves the Filipino people bravely during the pandemic and pioneered the regular compliance with health safety protocols to balance customer safety and restaurant needs. So let me also call on my co-host, Sir Jojo Barraquias, with us on the screen to introduce our guest for today.
That's right, Colin.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have us today the owner of several restaurants: Mango Tree, Misu Sawa, Genki Sushi, Kureji Philippines, Senrio. Let's welcome the president of the Restaurant Owners of the Philippines, Sir Eric Teng.
Hi, me again.
Welcome to the
All
show.
right.
Hello.
All right. Thank you very much, of course, Sir Eric. No, so let's dive right into the panel, the question and answer portion. So our guests or our viewers can know what Resto PH really is all about. So Jojo, please, first question.
Yeah, when Sir Eric, when was Resto.ph or Resto.ph founded, and what was the vision behind the organization?
Well, restaurants were ordered to be locked down last year around March and April, and sometime around April, some people got together with a Viber group and we started chatting. And we said, we let's. Basically what I said was let's come up with some sort of a mission statement so we know what we're doing. And eventually, I said, why don't we come up with a name so we can create an organization that can deal and communicate with other entities, have dialogue with government, because that's what we needed to do. And eventually, we became Resto PH sometime around May. It was really meant to help one another. At that time, it was just sharing best practices on how to survive, how to solve the problems of displaced employees, all that problem that we were able to overcome naman.
Definitely agree, no, Sir Eric. So I also want to know, no, what was the mindset of the restaurant owners during the pandemic that led to Resto PH being founded?
Well, at the time, everybody was in short of a panic mode. We didn't know what to do because this was our not just our livelihood, this was our life. We've invested a large part of our life in this industry, and there was the threat, a real threat that it would be the end of our days as far as the restaurant industry is concerned, or for restaurant operators, because there was no way to see beyond what we were seeing. But thankfully, through while talking to other cabinet secretaries, Secretary Mon Lopez or Secretary Dar of the Department of Agriculture, we found out that there are a lot of things we can do together from private sector and government that can make the road clearer, that can make it easier to traverse and make it easier to cross to the other side instead of just thinking we are in a deep, uh, bottomless hole. There seems to be some sort of a light in working together. And at that time, we were shooting and asking ourselves, when would the vaccine arrive? And at that time, we were thinking uh, the Americans will have some sort of vaccine by December. So the goal was to get us through the second and the third and the fourth quarter to reach a vaccine stage, which thankfully many of our restaurant operators and members were able to do. But of course, unfortunately, many restaurants have already closed down as well.
Well,
Yes, I'm
that
so
was
sorry to
really,
hear that, no. Sir Jojo, please go ahead.
yeah, Sir Eric, that was really a the sad part of the business, no? That some of the restaurants were not able to um, withstand the crisis. But the good thing is, uh, Resto PH is working together, no, and putting best practices together, sharing information, and well, I like that. I like the vision is how do you make the industry survive? I guess that's very noble on your part, Sir Eric. Um, we'd like to know how did you garner Resto.ph, garner support and lobby for the restaurants to
Uh,
open during the pandemic?
Actually, I wasn't the one who started the group. Like many, I have basically just joined and trying to find more answers to the questions we have. How are we going to survive this week and the next week? And thankfully, like I said earlier, there are a lot of people who we met who become friends, like Raymond Magdaluyo of Wolfgang, and the Alimango group, the Crustacea. He owns a lot of other brands, as well as the Moment Group with Abanapa, who runs the Din Tai Fung, and other brands. There's also Mr. Ricky D of Foodie. There's Mr. Brian Tew of he was the creator of the Peri Peri and other restaurants, and so many others. And I'm just so happy that I've heard of these people, and when I meet them, it's good morning, good afternoon, nice to meet you. But I didn't really know many of the people in the industry, so I'm glad that with the magic of Viber, the magic of Zoom, we found out that we have a lot of things in common. And pretty much, I like to think we are a very likable group of people because we get along very well.
Agree. All right. Yeah, that's super great to hear, no, Sir Eric. And those are restaurants that I personally love. Like aside from the Thai restaurants and of course in Taiphong, Peri Peri, and all of these restaurants just banding together, coming together to make sure the F&B industry survives the pandemic. No, it's remarkable what how Filipino resiliency comes into situations like this, no, and how business owners really find ways to make sure that their business grows and thrives even during the pandemic. So also, Sir Eric, we would like to know, no, in connection to that, what are the standards and protocols that were instilled by Recipe and your partner restaurants across its members to ensure that your operations are safe and that you have customer first procedures during the pandemic?
That's a good question. Interestingly, in the early part of the pandemic, we had Yusek Ruth Castello talking to us about the protocols, what we should have for protocols in the restaurants. And we were one of the groups of people who drafted the recommended safety protocols for the restaurants, how you should have a mask and shield policy in the restaurant for kitchen staff, how we have to scan the temperature of customers coming in, how we have to separate tables by how many meters, and other treatments for sanitation, how often we have to clean the tables, making sure that our furniture are always sanitized. So at the very beginning, we were already very much part of the safety protocol proposals, and we're very happy that I'd like to think that it's because of those early steps we were able to survive. Because if you'll notice, there aren't a surge directed from the restaurant industry. We never had an incident where we say one restaurant is responsible for
Yeah,
infecting
yeah,
massive groups of people.
agree.
We never heard of those things because I think the restaurants were very careful with GMP practices, good manufacturing practices already, that we already know how to sanitize our kitchen and keep hygiene as a priority for public safety. So I think it was just an easy segue for us to, add a few more extra layers of protection, not just for our staff and our customers. It might interest you to know that what you see as mandatory for today, which is the mask and face shield, was mandatory for us way back in June when the public was not required yet to wear any face shield. We found it very helpful, especially for people who have direct contact with other customers, because normally people are thinking they're afraid of restaurants, they don't want to go there. But you have to understand also from our perspective, we're also afraid of the general public. We're afraid when customers come in and they don't want to wear masks or shield. We really have to ask them, to follow and respect all the safety protocols that the government has in place. And wherever the restaurants have extra protocols, we ask them to respect them.
I
Well,
can
that's
also
that's
imagine. Sir
yeah.
Jojo, go ahead, please.
Sorry, yeah, yeah. That's good to hear, Sir Eric, about the safety protocols. Yeah, whenever I go to a restaurant, scanning of temperature, sanitation, separation of tables, the physical distancing. And well, I'm glad to hear that the kitchen sanitation is also being observed. And of course, as you mentioned, you had the extra layers of protection, not only for the staff but also for the customer. So, and and that effect was there's no known transmission coming from a restaurant.
I
I haven't
think
heard. No.
I've also checked with other countries, our cooperators in China, in Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia. We also have not detected anything coming from the restaurant, which is ironic because people are always saying when there's a problem with COVID, lock down the restaurant, no indoor dining, and yet we that's what we were asking also for some sort of data uh, by industry, how much of our industry was actually exposed to or responsible for any spread. With all the fear out there, you'd think that restaurant employees are next to health workers when it comes to getting infected or suffering from the
Definitely.
virus. But that's not the case at all. Far
Mhm.
from it. Our restaurant staff have been very safe from COVID.
That's fantastic, Sir Eric. Actually, I'm very glad because I really go out to eat in restaurants. And I'm also a fan of Genki Sushi.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Yeah.
support.
Yeah. Sir Eric, how does Resto PH envision the operations of the food and beverage industry in this new normal?
Well, I'd say the best normal is the old normal. The new normal is something that we're going through temporarily to survive, and we have to do whatever we can to survive. So we have to accept the new normal where customers want their food delivered or they want to take it out for home consumption. But we also have to caution because we're very careful about home parties because in many cases in holidays or special days like Mother's Day or Valentine's Day, we saw a lot of takeout business or delivery business, and the portions were of course party size, and we're very careful about that. We're very wary about that because that can lead to a major spread, those unsupervised home parties. And we've always asked that if you want parties or you want limited gathering, excuse me, it might be better to hold it in a restaurant because in a restaurant, you're properly distanced, you're required to wear a mask, your servers are, right now in my own restaurants, 100% were vaccinated. And we also wear masks and face shields. So we are very wary and cognizant of our responsibility for safety protocols. But let's be honest, when you go to your friend's house, you would hardly wear any mask at all. You would mingle with your friends, your family, and oftentimes that's where the surge can come when you have unsupervised, uncontrolled, complacent parties amongst your friends or families at home.
I also agree with that, Sir Eric. No, I mean it's very important that these super spreader events are not traced back to specific restaurants. I mean, it also we've seen that. No, we've seen all those scandals when the pandemic started. Na parang a certain super spreader event was being linked to a certain place, which is why it's very important to instill these measures. And as a consumer as well, and someone who also loves gatherings, it's very comforting to know that majority of the employees in your restaurants are already vaccinated. So that's really a champ for our employees out there, and I hope more restaurants out there would also consider the vaccination of their employees as well, which may give enough comfort for the people who will dine there. Sir Eric.
I'm happy to report that many of our members already have 100% vaccinated staff. In fact,
Oh
we're
wow.
we just
Mm-hmm.
created a new cap that says fully vaccinated, and we're having our fully vaccinated staff wear that so that customers can know and
Oh
appreciate
wow.
how
Uh-huh.
much of the workforce actually are vaccinated. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
more than you think. I think if you look at restaurant industry alone, we might already be in herd immunity, over 70%.
Yeah,
And in my
yeah.
case, it's virtually impossible to get 100%. I have to talk to
Mm-hmm.
few of my
Mm-hmm.
staff who are hesitant. We started at 60% and then 70%, 80%, and hanggang makuha namin ng 100%. And that's with the support of our LGUs and our landlord who saw the need for the A4 category to be vaccinated as soon as possible because we are very much vital in the national economy. Restaurants are not just restaurants. Restaurants are food producers. Restaurants
Yes.
are
Mm-hmm.
vegetable consumers. We occupy some of the highest rent areas in Makati, for example, or the Fort. We employ disproportionate number of people per square meter, and at a salary rate that includes tips and service charges. No, we consume when restaurants were closed down from March, April last year. The farmers had problems. Same thing this year. We closed down in March. The farmers again had problems. So we had to find a way on how we can work with the Department of Agriculture and our farmers. We created for SM. We have the farmers produce where we brought farmers' produce into the mall. We were the ones who spoke to the mall, and the malls were very gracious and offered locations for free to the farmers. And we naman as and food purveyors, we operated the F&B component, and we were the ones who were paying rent to the mall. So we invited these vegetable producers to come this way just so that they have a place to dump their produce. We were selling tomatoes at 15 pesos per kilo. Imagine how cheap that was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sir.
By
That's
the
so
by
so
the
far.
afternoon, because the supply was that much. By that afternoon, their price went up to 20 pesos per kilo because marami nang naubos.
Yes.
So
Yes. Mm.
that's what I like to like. I'm very proud about. We were able to work with SM. We were able to work with Ayala, Eastwood Mall, and Robinsons, and we created their version of that farmers event thing. This year we also had that again. So I'm very uh, I think that for the Philippines, there's something unique to us. It's bayanihan. You don't just let another group of people suffer. You have to find a way to work together. I think as Filipinos, we are really born to work together. We are made to help each other. That's what I always say. We cannot just let others suffer. That's what makes us special. And that's what I think makes so many more businesses resilient and can survive the worst pandemic in human history and still find time to become friends. um, I won't say that we're happy that this pandemic happened. Of course, we don't want this to happen. But the the how do you say this? The jackpot at the end of the rainbow is actually the friendships and the respect that we have formed, knowing one another.
Yes, definitely agree with that, Sir Eric. No, those are such beautiful words, and just just being able to craft a whole supply chain. I mean, to help people across the whole supply chain for the F&B industry. It's not just noble work. It's what the restaurant should aim for. I think it should be part of what we do for each other as Filipinos, especially in the time of the pandemic. So also, Sir Eric, now I would like to give you the floor now to call for engagements. If people or if other restaurant owners want to be part of Resto PH, if they want to contact you guys, how would they reach you? Who would they talk to? Please go ahead.
Oh, again, we have our Resto PH Facebook page. Excuse me. If there are any restaurant owners out there who wants to join, we are very much open to accepting members. The more, the merrier. We have a lot of webinars where we try to help one another. We have a marketplace group where we share produce, or if one restaurant wants to share their equipment, there's always somebody who buys their equipment in that marketplace group. We also have a bulletin board where we post whatever news are vital out there. For today, for example, there was an announcement that dining will no longer be allowed starting tomorrow, and ECQ will be declared from August 6th till the 20th. But before that happened, we actually were already warning and preparing our members, for such an eventuality. And when we heard the news today, actually, we weren't surprised at all because as early as 3 days ago, we knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean the amount of oversight. Sir Eric, go ahead, please.
So please, any restaurant operator, you don't have to be a big restaurant. You can be a carinderia. You're very welcome to join Resto PH.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Eric. I mean, just the oversight of or the president of everything that Resto PH has been doing, the work that you do for the Filipino people, the Filipino consumers, and also the restaurant owners. We cannot thank you enough for it. All right. So we are looking forward to more success for Sir Eric Tang and the restaurant owners of the Philippines with their collective advocacy for the new normal of the Philippine FNB industry. Sir Jojo?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sir Eric. And we wish Resto PH more success. Please help more people, more small and medium restaurants to make them survive. And what I like from our discussion is one, if you're going to have home parties, better do it in the restaurant because everyone is 100% vaccinated. The safety protocols are there. And uh, if I may say it, in the restaurants of Resto PH, we have achieved herd immunity. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, and I don't think it's impossible. I mean, I think with the advocacy and the practices that we've been doing, yeah, I think it is possible. Yeah. So we will be pausing for a quick break, but when we get back, we are featuring an emerging one-stop shop for pet needs for our second community mic segment. So thank you so much, Sir Eric, and please follow them on their official social media platforms for Resto PH and Mango Tree. So all that and more when Talk Shop Asia Power Network returns.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Uy! Oh, mag-bless ka na. Naku, ang bango-bango ng anak mo. Oo nga. Mga Mare, alam mo ba? Doon sa dati kong fabcon, laging nag-aamoy araw o amoy pawis si Bunso pag uwi niya from school. Buti na lang dito sa bago kong fabcon. Ang fresh na fresh pa rin niya kahit buong araw pa siya maglaro sa labas.
Nako Lisa, yan lang ba nagagawa ng Fabcon mo? Eh lahat naman ng Fabcon, nagpapabango ng damit. Yung Fabcon ko, sobrang galing magpalambot ng damit. Kaya nga napapadalas ang hugs namin nila Chikiting eh.
Ay nako girls, walang-wala yan sa Fabcon ko, no? Hindi lang lambot at bango ang kayang gawin nito. Meron tong OpticLight Plus technology na ginagawang mas maputi ang puting damit at pinapatingkad naman ang decolor.
Wait lang. Soft and... all the rages ba ang gamit mo?
Oo, kayo ba?
Grabe! Wala naman tayo kailangan pagtalunan dyan para mareho lang ang gamit natin. Pareho lang pala tayo.
Gustong-gusto ko talaga ang soft and all the rages Fabcon kasi sobrang pinapalambot nito ang mga damit namin.
Oo nga, Lisa. Sobrang ginawang fresh na fresh pa ang mga damit namin.
Tama ka, Ellen. Kaya kung nagustuhan ng soft and kasi pinoprotektahan ito ang mga damit para lagi itong mukhang bago kahit nakailang laban na. Tingnan mo, etong damit ko ngayon, 30 times ko na yung nalaban. Pero hanggang ngayon, mukhang bago pa din.
Oo nga no.
Kala ko, Mare, kakabili mo lang yun eh.
Hindi!
Kaya para laging smells fresh
Looks fresh.
at feels fresh,
Gumamit na rin kayo ng soft and all the regions tulad namin. Lapitan mo lang yung suking PC dealer, Mare.
Communities are power. They are unique and linked, offering voice, value, and variety. Presenting now our community mic this week.
All right, so we are back for a second time, and this time we shall present the other heart of the show's content, our community mic segment. So let me call on also my co-host for this segment, Sir Jojo Barakias, to be with us on the show.
Thank you,
All right.
Colleen. Good more earnings. Our
Good
community
morning.
mic guest for
Go ahead, Sir
today.
Jojo. Mm.
Our community mic guest for today was established in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. So, to provide convenience in acquiring pet needs, it is known for its top notch customer service and customized products which cater to dogs and cats of all breeds and sizes.
Yes, sobrang exciting, no, sir? So we have with us today a couple with a passion for our cute furry friends. We have Gerald Santa Ana, a graduate of BS Agricultural Biotechnology, and Miss Cassie Lopez, a graduate of BS Agricultural Chemistry, both from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Gerald and Cassie, welcome to the show.
Hello everyone.
Hi, good afternoon. Ayan, such a cute couple naman. Ayan. Sir Jojo, ayan, would you want to start the interview na? Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Gerald and Cassie. You're a nice looking couple.
Thank you, sir.
So let's go to the question. So, how did Snug Club PH start? What was the vision behind the brand?
Oh, okay. So, Snugglab PH started as a big dream. So, we wanted to have a one-stop shop consisting of a pet salon, a pet cafe, and a pet mart. So, around that time, when Snugglab started, July 2020, I just graduated from college and Gerald has just started working then. So, we don't have enough funds yet to fund this dream. So, um, we thought, how can we start achieving this dream? So, for the pet salon, it will require a place. It can be a mobile grooming, but it will be difficult since we don't have our own cars yet. And um, it usually requires a mini truck for mobile grooming. And then for the pet cafe, also needs a place to entertain customers and accommodate pets. And then for the pet mart, um, we thought we can start here. We can do this online. So there, it's where the Snout Club started. So for the vision behind the brand, we will circle back to um, the dream of having a one-stop shop. So our vision is to be a one-stop shop that caters to cats and dogs of all breeds and sizes. So why all breeds and sizes? I've been to a pet cafe before. So although there are um, a variety of breeds and sizes of dogs, um, walang aspin or asong Pinoy kung tawagin natin. No? So we want to break the belief na aspins are for guard dogs only, so they don't deserve the care we give to yung usual na mga breeds like yung mga Shih Tzu, di ba? Yan, sikat na rin sa mga Pinoy ngayon. So, that's the vision of our brand.
Well, that's nice to hear, Cassie, about the vision and about the one-stop shop for cats and dogs, all breeds and sizes. So, would that mean that it is a pet cafe, pet salon, pet mart for a United Nations type of dogs and cats?
Yes,
And
that's our
and
aim.
and you're not discriminating against the Aspin or the Aska. Well,
Yes.
that's great. That's great to hear. No? Um, among all types of businesses, no, I know that you're from UPLB. I was there 2 weeks ago. And amongst all the types of businesses, why did you choose the pet industry?
Um, since we are a pet owners ourselves, so we experienced some difficulty during the pandemic to buy the products for our pets since I think they are tagged as non-essentials during that time, especially during the start of the pandemic. So it was hard to find the products that we need for our pets. So the idea of a online pet shop or pet mart came from that. So our goal is to be at least a seller in our own community to bring the products closer to the pet owners. So as you can see in the monitor right now, the ideas came from our pets. Yeah, they're Carrie and Nugget. Yeah. So it all started with just our goal is just to bring the products closer to the community, and we started posting our products online. So it became bigger. So our audience became bigger. So we've already sold some products up to Visayas. So I think we can say that we can keep nationwide right now.
All right. Sir Jojo.
Yeah, that's great to hear, Gerald, that you started with your own pets, no, and then I'm sure you love your pets or your dogs or your cats because you really get out of the way to give them what they need, no.
Yes.
That's fantastic and really awesome that you are now going national. No? So that's something to be proud about for a very young couple with simple pets and dogs needs. Yes,
Mhm.
Colleen.
Yes, I definitely no, Sir Jojo, I agree. And also, no, as a pet owner myself, I don't really see them as pets, honestly. Like I think Gerald and Cassie would also identify with this one. I see them as my kids. So alam mo yun, parang if they want a very specific type and flavor of treat, like if I have to go to other pet shops or to search for all pet shops just to get that one type of treat, I would definitely do that. So yeah, that is the vision behind Snuggle PH, and I'm also very proud of the work you do, and I admire this very amazing couple. So I would also like to know, no, Cassie and Gerald, what are the flagship products of Snug Club PH, and what do you think, or what is the goal for the competitive advantage versus other pet stores or pet convenience stores? Please go ahead.
So our flagship products are products that our pets personally love. Then we started expanding to other products that other pets love na. So, but the main product that made this business boom is the pet tags. So you can see previous slide, please. Yeah. So you can see there are three versions of these tags. So the first version is the leftmost one. It's a metal tag, just like the third one. And then the second one is a clay tag. So the first one, although it's good quality, um, it doesn't last long as we expect. So we discontinued this pet tag for about 6 months, and we researched and developed the product. Um, then we re-released this product into a higher quality of pet tags, and now we offer more metal colors, more shapes for the pets. So the clay tags, we offered that at the same time as the first version to provide more choices for customers that want um, more customization, more colors for their tags, and lightweight products, and also more affordable one. And then the next product that we're proud of is the pet bandanas also. Customers really love customizing anything that their pets wear. So these pet bandanas also made this business boom. Um, Most especially the middle one, the Attack on Titan inspired. It's an anime. So anime fans really love this release. So up until now, we're receiving orders of for this pet bandana.
Yeah, I personally love that bandana. Like when when my dog nung lumaki na yung aso ko parang ganon. Parang kasi medyo maliit pa for him kasi when he was a puppy. That was parang I think it's one size no. So I waited for him to grow up parang ganon, panalubak yung leg niya, just for him to fit into the bandana. So ayan, I hope other anime fans out there from our viewers would also like to get one of these Attack on Titan bandanas from Snug Club PH. Oh, ika nga daw nila Sasageo.
Yeah.
Alright. Ayan, so I also know starting it's also very remarkable, no, Cassie and Gerald, how you started this business actually during the pandemic, which I think is a very brave step. So what were the challenges you encountered during the pandemic and during creating the business, and how were you able to adapt to it?
Of course, during the pandemic, it was really a risk to start something new, especially if you don't have the background for it. So yun, wala talaga yung background in starting a business. So we just started small. Just like Cassie said, we started with the products that our pets love. And if we sell the products, we'll get our profit. And if not, our pets will benefit. So that's it. I think
Yes.
we should.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I think it's also remarkable, no, na you start from where you love. Like you start with your dogs, no? And if I guess if may extra, then your dogs would love it better, no? So I think every pet owner out there has to rethink about their dogs and their pets, no? I think also Andre wants to order the ano daw, the bandana. Ayan, sabi sa comment section. All right. So
After the
aside from yes, definitely, no. Aside from that, you also said no na parang you did not have any business background. So, like, what was generally the push for both of you to start a business for you, for yourself, for you as a couple, ganyan. Even if you don't, I mean, your backgrounds are really far from the business side.
Siguro ano kasi, we're both investors. So, we diversify our investments. So, we thought na business is a really good investment, especially starting a business na love talaga namin. We don't want to start anything na we don't know about. So, I think it's a great move na to start this business kahit yan, wala talaga kaming background. We just went for it.
Parang nag-start kasi siya as parang since yun nga, pet owners talaga kami, so we buy the products ourselves. So why not parang dagdagan lang ng konti yung mga products na binibili for our pets, then isell yung iba. So sabi ko nga kanina, pag nabenta, magkaka-profit kami, magkakaroon kami ng kita. Pero kung hindi namin siya mabenta, gagamitin siya ng pets namin. So wala talagang talo situation.
Yes, so definitely win-win situations. Siya, no? I mean, on the other hand, you get the profit. On the other hand, your pet gets a treat, no? So yeah, definitely agree with that, no? Yeah, and as a pet owner myself, I feel like this is a business your pets would really vote for. Yeah, they would be really happy with this one. Okay, so also no I purchased your products myself then. So I also saw the sustainable packaging initiatives. I'm quite curious about that. How did you decide to shift towards the sustainable packaging initiative? And also, how do you keep your customer service top notch as well?
It's because of me. Personally, I love online shopping. So, those bubble wraps that covers the products started to pile up. So I thought this is what's also happening to our customers. Every time they order, the bubble wraps pile up. So why don't we change this? Syempre to help the environment then, no? So I discovered this honeycomb wrap. It's a great alternative for bubble wrap since our products are not that fragile naman. So it's a really good alternative. Then our tags are also placed in boxes that we also saw the customers reuse. So they use them as gift boxes. And then our pet bandanas are placed in pouches made of katya. So customers can also reuse that. So basically, we just really want to lessen the use of plastic. For meetups, we use paper bags also. Um, um, we are not 100% eco-friendly yet. We use the plastic tapes pa rin. Pero we're gradually switching to the paper tapes na.
Yeah, that sounds great. No, it's also very interesting how you have these types of honeycomb type packaging. No, it's very eco-friendly, and as an online shopping enthusiast myself, I mean sometimes I don't really know what to do with the bubble wrap and the amount of plastic that I get from the packaging itself. I know it's meant to protect the product, but at the same time, it's really, really wasteful. I mean, it's not necessary. Ganyan. There are a lot of greater alternatives from I forward as we can see here on the screen, no, as the initiative of Snug Club PH. So I would also like to commend you both on that. That's a very noble initiative from you guys, and I hope you keep on doing that. You keep on innovating the packaging per se. And coming from a business that's also supposedly parang pet centric, to be able to shift your packaging itself, even if it's not the actual product, no, it's just the packaging, and still you're making a difference when it comes to that. So thank you very much for that. Also, I'm quite curious. I mean, there was this branding na parang you have a top notch customer service. I would like to know more about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we keep our customer service top notch because we believe that customer service is not an afterthought. It's the core of our business. So we really focus on customers. We really listen to their feedback about our products. So yeah, you can see on the screen one of our reviews for our page. Sir Froilan seems to be really happy about our service. So in terms of messages, we just keep things casual and friendly. So to make them feel like they are only talking to a friend. So nothing to be intimidated about. Parang ganun. Kasi lahat naman kami parang pet owners. Now we understand the struggles of each other. So we just treat our customers as friends. So in turn, they be they become loyal. They return to us, and with that, we started our loyalty cards to just to give back to those customers na very loyal to Snug Club.
That's super nice to hear, no? So, I think I have to amp up my purchase kasi wala pa ako nung loyalty card. So, medyo dadamihan ko pa in the next ones. All right, sige. So, I mean, that's very good to hear, no? I mean, that customer service is not just an afterthought. Like, it's one of the backbones of how a business is run, no? And that's amazing, especially coming from a one-stop shop for pet needs. Ayan. So Jojo, next question, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm very happy about the customers service. It's not an afterthought. Wow. Coming from a pet supplier, pet cafe, pet salon, pet mart. Yeah. I'm sure that the pets are treated better than the others. And of course the sustainable packaging. I am an advocate of sustainable packaging. So congratulations. I'd like to have strong admiration to you, Cassie and Gerald, for having that. So with that, no, what is next for Snug Club PH?
So what's up next for us is to, of course, we want to offer more customizable products, then add more products or add more brands in our inventory. So then, of course, the big step is to have our own physical store and a pet cafe and the salon. So basically, we want to make the dream come true. So yeah.
Well, that's great to hear, no? Having a physical store. So,
Yes.
pwede bang maging imposter? I go in like a dog, so you'll treat me well. I was just kidding, Colinda. You're always try to
Oo
make
naman,
fun.
sir.
Oh,
Oo naman, sir. Pwede yan. Oo. I mean,
okay.
getting there na and achieving the dream is definitely, hopefully, kung kaya natin within the pandemic or during the new normal. Why not, diba? So, Jojo, please go ahead with the last
Yeah.
question.
Up. So, after having what's next for Snug Club PH, no? Um, why don't you invite our audience to uh, what you want them to do with Snug Club?
Please do check us out. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/snuglubph. Our IG handle is @snuglubph. And if you like to collaborate with us, sponsorships, you can email us at info.snugclub@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you so much, no, to Kessie and Gerald. I mean, this is one remarkable and very memorable segment for Talk Shop Asia. I think this is actually one of the first times we have a guest who is focused on pet needs talaga, no? So, Sir Jojo, your thoughts or your key takeaways about this segment?
Well, I have a couple. One is, I've said earlier,
Mhm.
customer service is not an afterthought. I really like that. Second key takeaway is for pet needs, you have sustainable packaging, reusable bags. So that's one step towards environment friendly, more green Philippines, more green Earth. I admire you for that. And then when you have the physical store, please invite us. We'll bring our pets, not us.
Yes.
Sure, sir.
Of course.
We'll see. We'll
Kape
see.
tayo, sir, dun sa pet cafe habang
Yes,
naliligo yung pets
yeah.
natin.
As long as the cup has an handle, baka yung
Yes,
cup doon, yung,
definitely,
yung
sir.
dalawang ganyan.
Yes, sir, yes.
And maybe the last thing I'd like to say is sa customer service, no? Maybe when you receive text, no? If you're happy, send me a meow.
Thank you for the suggestion, sir. That's very
Yes,
nice.
oo. Yes, si Sir Jojo panalo yan eh. Every time may guest kami, tapos nagsasuggest talaga siya ng ganyan. So that's very good, no? Oo, bibigyan yan sa inyo free of charge. Ayan.
Yeah, that's free. Don't
Alright.
worry. Knowledge is
Alright.
limitless, no, for everybody.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Sir Jojo. And I'm pretty sure our viewers also enjoyed our segment today, no? So, of course, thank you so much to Kessie and to Gerald for the advocacy of Snugglove PH, for making sure that our pet owners have their own convenience when it comes to checking out your products, and then for all their pet needs. Ayan. So I think we can push forward with our panel segment. What do you think, Sir Jojo?
Yeah, please stay with
Yeah, I
us.
think tayo na rin
As
naman. Yeah, let's go. Let's dive right into our panel segment. Of course, we would love to hear the thoughts of Gerald and Gessie for this one. Yes, so let's start now. We have the our theme for this episode would be the collective mindset. No? Just basically how we foster mutual benefits from that mindset itself. So for our first question, no, for our first Miss Universe question now, don't worry, we're going to answer this ourselves, kami ni Sir Dodo. So lahat tayo, ayan, tatanungin ito. So of course, first question, no, what does a collective mindset mean for you, and how does that empower your brand?
Mhm.
Cassie and Gerald, go ahead.
Okay. Collective mindset for us is all about perspective. It's a holistic approach in solving a problem. It's considering not only our unique experiences and needs, but also our customers. And we empower our brand by looking through our customers' lens.
Yes, definitely agree with that, no, Cassie. How about you, Gerald? Anything to add? Mhm.
Yun.
Alright, sige. Okay na daw. Sige. For Sir Jojo, your thoughts on this one?
Well, a collective mindset, no? It's I like Casey, the Casey's answer. Yeah, a collective mindset is being able to see the perspective of the greater many. And of course, if you're able to do that, you wear a lens. And if your lens is being seen by the collective many, your business will be very successful.
Yan. May pa ano na naman, may pa words of wisdom si Sir Jojo this week. Yan. So definitely agree, no? I mean, Sir Jojo, Gerald, and Kessie. I mean, the collective mindset might be a little overwhelming for some people, but for us, no, it's basically just using the strengths of a group of people, collective strengths to address mutual weakness, to make sure na if you're weak at this point and we're stronger at this point, then we'll help you mutually so everyone can prosper at the same time. Yeah, so thank you so much for that. And of course, for our second question, no, how did the collective mindset propel the survival of your business during the pandemic? Gerald and Cassie, please.
So, how did the collective mindset propel our business? So, just like as you said, it's a perspective. So, we look into what our customers think about our products. So, just like we did with our pet products, we receive feedbacks that the paint
Mm-hmm.
so yun, mabilis siya matanggal. So even if yun yung pinaka-profitable product namin, that time, we decided to stop producing it for 6 months and look for another product that we can offer or for our customers, which is a better one. So we really considers the feedbacks of our customers, not minding if it will gonna profit us, but if it will serve as a service to our customers, then let's go for it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely agree. Sobrang beautiful nun, no? I mean, just listening. I don't think I don't, I think there are very rare brands who deploy active listening as a strategy for their business. And it's very good na, I mean, it's really good to hear that you as a business is also deploying this one and making sure that you listen to customers. And it's obvious. I mean, your top notch customer service speaks for the business itself, no? Yan. So Jojo, your thoughts on that question?
Well, I like what Gerald just mentioned, that he had to listen to customers. He had to study why the products are not being liked because of maybe some dissatisfaction or some kind of defect that the customers or the dogs or the cats are not liking it. So I'm sure Gerald and Cassie would know that how the dogs and the cats use their products. So if they're not happy, they'll destroy it. So it seems that the dogs and the cats are being more happy now with your products, and as Colleen mentioned, listening is very key to success. No, in my earlier seminars, no, as an executive, no, my boss used to tell me, feedback, listening is the breakfast for champions. So we now have
Wow.
a champion couple, Gerald and Cassie.
Yes. Definitely. Thank you so much for that, no, Sir Jojo. And of course, with our whole episode today, no, I mean, for me, my key takeaway would be to not forget to tap everyone, to listen to all opinions, to make sure that you regard all opinions as valuable. And then you use that to adapt, you use the feedback to adapt your business, to adopt new technologies, to consider and to adjust into whatever the current situation is, and not be held back or to not be intimidated by whatever challenges we are facing right now. Ayan. So thank you so much for Gerald and Kessie for such an amazing segment today. I really appreciate you being on the show, and I think our viewers also enjoyed, yeah, also enjoyed the products of Snug Club PH, and I'm pretty sure some of our viewers out there are pretty excited to purchase the bandanas and the customized pet colors and pet tag. All right, Sir Jojo, your key takeaways for this episode.
Well, there are so many key takeaways. One is customer service is not an afterthought. If you're happy with our service, send me a meow. And of course, the listening to customers. No? Maybe in fact listening more to the pets and dogs who use the product. And you'll have a very good business, and feedback is
Yes.
listening is the
Mm-mm.
breakfast for champions. So we have a champion couple, no, in the making. Gerald and Cassie, I wish you all the luck. And just in case we go by your pet store or your pet salon,
Hopefully.
we'll try to taste the coffee.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Jojo. And I think some of our viewers are also expressing, their happiness when it comes to watching the show. Ayan, we have Miss Niet De Leon. She's also one of our co-hosts for the show. No, sabi niya, she enjoyed the episode so much. As Sir Jojo said daw, she says meow. Sabi ni Miss Niet. Ayan. So thank you so much, Miss Niet, and to all our viewers as well for today. We are definitely happy that you are with us today. All right. So before we end the show, I would also like to give the floor to Gerald and Cassie to call for engagements, invite our viewers to purchase your products or invite your pets to come by. Ayan. So please, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Okay. So again, you can check out our products on our Facebook page and Instagram account. If ever you want to collaborate with us for sponsorships also, you can email us at info.snugclub@gmail.com. We'll be waiting for you in our inbox.
Yes, thank you so much, Gerald and Cassie. No, so this has been an insightful discussion, everyone. So once again, thank you so much to Gerald and Cassie, ayan, of Snug Club PH for being with us this afternoon, and of course, Sir Eric Teng of Mango Tree and Restaurant Owners of the Philippines. And of course, we look forward to amazing success for both of you guys, and you are such a cute couple. And I admire you both. You know that. All right. So thank you so much for being with us this afternoon and for sharing your community impact with us. So Jojo, last words before we end the show.
Yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. To all our viewers in the Philippines and abroad, let's stay safe in these trying times. See you again next Friday. This has been Talk.Shop Asia Power Network, TSA Season 22, now helping you and your business grow exponentially. Happy weekend.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much, Gerald and Cassie. Happy weekend.
Bye-bye.
We just brought to you Talk Shop Asia Power Network, the program that features, highlight, and connect, where your company will grow exponentially every Friday, 3 p.m. only here on Big Media MPMT Network. Big Media and Talk Shop Asia programming brings to you its 5th TSA branded business program, Talk Shop Asia Power Network, the program that features, highlight, and connect where your business may grow exponentially. Hosted by business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas with the Millennial ASEAN advocate Colin Lalyaban. Every Friday, 3 p.m. Talk Shop Asia Power Network, growing exponentially. Only here, Big Media MPMT Network.